Tennessee Titans training camp news and rumors coming at you here at Chat Sports. Mitchell Renz ready to break it all down for you. The two players that we're going to take a deep dive on in today's show, Julio Jones and then first-round pick Caleb Farley. We're going to kick this show off, though, with a little bit of information on Jones because he had to leave practice early on Monday, which is obviously never a good sign, especially when you trade for him this offseason, and he battled some injuries last year. Now, head coach Mike Vrabel didn't sound too concerned with it, and everything that I'm reading as well doesn't seem like that people should jump to conclusions. But this is Julio Jones we're talking about, probably and has at least a chance to be one of the best receivers in the league still when fully healthy. But coming off a year where in 2020 missed 9 games, but if you guys remember back in 2019, I mean, he was a hell of a receiver. 99 grabs, 1,394 yards, 6 touchdowns. I mean, I'll go back even a few years ago, 2016. Dude had 134 catches. I mean, he's just an absolute freak of nature on the field. But he has had an issue in terms of being banged up. Now, he's done a good job of at least going on the field and playing. But when you actually look at how many times he's questionable or how many times he's left a game early, that could make some people a little bit, I don't know, uneasy, considering the fact that this Titans team is going not only for a division title, they're going to try to battle it out for a Super Bowl. It's why they made this move here. So the question that I'm going to ask everyone that comes across this video is, how many games will Julio Jones play this season? Remember, we got 17 games this year. It's probably going to take me up until week 17, week 18 to even actually realize that it's a real thing. So how many games will Julio play this upcoming season? I'm probably going to go ahead and throw it around like 15 games simply because I don't really like to project when guys get hurt, but I am going to go out there and say he's probably just going to get banged up 1 or 2 games, so I'm going to go ahead and say 15 games for Julio Jones. The next person we're going to get into here is going to be around rookie Caleb Farley, who the Tennessee Titans selected 22nd overall in this past year's draft. He was my number 1 cornerback. I thought that this guy was going to be a top 10 pick, had some injury scares that popped up during the pre-combine stuff, if you will. I guess I shouldn't say pre-combine because there wasn't one, but he ended up returning to practice. So the fact that he's already out there on the practice field, the fact that it's early in August, that's good signs for me. A young kid has an unbelievable first step, and one of the biggest issues with this Titans team last year was in the secondary. Now, I could also sit there and say they had absolutely no pass rush, only 19 sacks last season, which, you know, if you're going to give quarterbacks or wide receivers in the NFL 4 or 5 seconds to throw the ball around, you're going to get yourself hurt. But Janoris Jenkins has looked good so far. Christian Fulton has looked good so far. If Caleb Farley can step up, even Elijah Molden, who I really liked a lot coming out of Washington, those are a lot of really young prospects where they can step up, start making some plays on the football. That's good news. But the news that I got here is that Julio Jones, I believe, is going to be okay. Caleb Farley looks like he's ready to rock and roll, and hopefully you guys are ready to rock and roll for the season.